all you beautiful book babes. Today we will be continuing our bully month. Today we will be reviewing My Ex's Roommates by Rebel Bloom. To them, Harper is a spoiled princess who ruined their season when Jake bailed to another team. But she is no princess. She clawed her way up from nothing, and she is not about to let these three bring her to her knees. She hates them. They hate her, but they all want revenge on her ex. When they see she knows her way around the playbook, they strike a deal. She saves their season, and maybe they'll let her stay. Stay tuned to find out more. Hello, all you beautiful book babes. I am sorry for the interruption, but thanks to you all, we were able to obtain another sponsor, and this one I'm really excited about. This episode is brought to you by Dr. Ganja. Now, I know CBD and THCA is a controversial topic, but it's something I really believe in, so much so when I was in college, I wrote a whole paper on the topic and how it is so beneficial versus other medications. I even got my professor to convert on their beliefs on the topic. I used this company way before they reached out about being a sponsor. They have so many different products. They have flour, vapes, topical creams, gummies, spa stuff, and so much more. My favorites are their bath bombs, face wash, and their full spectrum sob relief. With having tendinitis in almost all my joints from playing sports growing up, this really helps with the pain in my joint. My husband loves their flour and vape products. He struggles with anxiety, and this really helps him when he's having an attack. We have never gotten a product and not fallen in love with it. If you want to take advantage of this, all you have to do is go to Dr. Ganja, so it's DrGanja.com, and then at checkout use the promo code SMUT, S-M-U-T, for 5% off your order. This is not just a first time order deal. You can use it whenever you order, which is fantastic. My husband already started using the code. Now, please take advantage of this offer. I think a lot of you will benefit from trying it. And you beautiful book babes, enjoy the rest of the episode. Bye! Hello, all you beautiful book babes. We are back with our bully month. And this is Nicole's book. You've been having a hard time finding bully books.
Well, it's because I'm tired of high school bully, and a lot of the dark bully romances I read are high school.
I told you to read Brutal.
That one I already read, but I wanted to do a light one and then a dark one. But yeah.
Is this one a good one?
Yeah, this one's light. So this is My Ex's Roommates by Rebel Bloom.
Okay. Who are all our characters? Because I read the blurb.
We got Harper, who's the female main character, and the main character. I fuck that up every time. Main male characters are Silas, Carter, and Dylan.
Okay.
So, alright, so this isn't bully like what we think in the sense there is bullying, like they're mean to her. So I thought it fit the theme, but it's not really on page harassment or bullying. It's light. It's very light.
It's not. If you want to ease into bullying, if you're looking for something new, try this. Yeah. It's more is it more like shit talking?
Yeah, more like shit talking.
Okay. Yeah. That's still a form of bully. She could still hurt her feelings.
Yeah, exactly. So it starts off with Harper staring at Silas's dick.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
She walked in. She walked in on him.
Oh, I remember this because I downloaded the book to do the intro, and it literally the first sentence. I was like, wait, what just happened? Yeah. I didn't mean to do this.
Yeah.
I just needed to know the girl's name for the intro.
Yep. So she had walked in on him in the bathroom, and Silas was pissed. Harper had been at their place for days, and Silas was ready for her boyfriend Jake to get back. He could only deal with a gold-digging pain in the ass for so long. Yeah. Jake is Harper's current boyfriend. He's a douche. He was gone for a week visiting family.
Uh-huh.
And when he came back, Harper was excited to see him, but he was just being a dick to her.
Why is it always these women are like, oh, they're just out doing. No, no.
Right?
I need regular check ins.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
The only time I don't bother him is his job because his job is not set in stone. You're going to be off at this time. So it's like, okay. He comes home at 7 o'clock. He comes home at 7 o'clock. I get it. That's understandable. But like, if it's the weekend and he's gonna go, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with friends. I'm like, huh? First off, you don't have friends. Let's start with that.
Let's start off. What friends? You don't have anybody.
It was like the other day, a few months ago. Him and his military buddies were gonna be like, oh, we're gonna go visit, like something. They were gonna get up together or something. I'm like, who are these people? What are you talking about? I've never met these people. I don't know their names. Like, stranger danger. He goes, they're not strangers to me. I'm like, they are to me, and you're hanging out with them. What are they like?
Right?
Are they hoes?
What type of guys are they? Are they gonna encourage you to cheat?
Yeah. Are they hoes?
But yeah, so Jake was being a dick, and Harper was excited to see him. They were going to be moving into their own place the next day, and she figured he was just stressed from the trip and having to move the next day. So she just let his dickish ways go.
Okay.
They had a banquet to get to for the football team, so Jake, Silas, Carter, they're all on the football team.
Okay.
Jake being a star player meant she and Jake had to go, and she was actually looking forward to it, but Jake told her she looked cheap. Such a dick.
What a bitch. Why did she look cheap?
Huh? You just said she looked cheap in the dress that she was wearing, so fuck him.
Fuck him.
We don't like him. Before Jake got up to give his speech, he whispered to Harper, remember, I know where you came from, and got up. Basically, like, she felt like something was wrong, and Jake was, like, giving her a threat of, I know where you came from, no one else knows, I would tattle on you if you say anything. She doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
So when Jake got up to give his speech, he went up there to tell everyone that his time with Alabama was done, that he was leaving for California that night. But not only that, a girl came up to Harper to show her a picture of Jake with another girl kissing, and the caption read, my baby and I are moving to Cali tomorrow. So Jake had actually been not visiting family. He had been in California scouting out a new college.
Oh, new college?
Yep. With a girl.
What a dick.
When she confronted Jake, he told her plans changed and she could figure it out. He never signed the lease on their place they were going to be moving in either, so she was
Please
homeless.
tell me it does not work out between him and that girl.
Oh,
because
no. He's not a main male character.
Oh, see, I'm such a petty bitch. Like, I have seen where, or even myself, where I'm like, okay, I met a nice guy, and he's my friend, and maybe I want to try something. My boyfriend right now is a dick, so I'm going to see what happens with him, and it never works out.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like that would never work out.
This guy, nah. So, the next day, oh yeah, sorry. So, he didn't sign the lease on the apartment, so she's homeless. Her 3 brothers were in jail, so she couldn't turn to them. She went back to Jake's apartment where her stuff was, and she wondered if the roommates would even let her in. They hated her, but they did let her in. So they let her stay.
Why do they hate her?
Because they think she's a stuck-up bitch.
Oh, that's right. That was in the
using
blurb.
him for his money. Yeah.
What a cunt.
Yeah. So the next day, Harper found Dylan in the kitchen and told him that she had no place to go, that Jake never signed the lease, and her apartment that she gave up was no longer an option. She asked him to let her stay until she found a place, but Silas said no. Like, straight up, no, I don't give a fuck.
Why is Silas always, if anybody's named Silas,
He's a dick.
They're the dicks.
Yeah, Silas is a dick.
I've noticed this about your reverse harems.
I have had another Silas before, haven't I? I feel like
you've had like 2, and they've all been dicks.
Silas is, I don't know, you think of Silas and you're like, that dude's a dick.
That dude's a dick.
Dylan argued with Silas about it, saying he hates her just as much as Silas does, but doesn't feel right leaving her out on the streets. So Silas agreed. He's like, whatever, she can stay. Silas went upstairs to Harper to tell her that she could stay, but she needs to stay the hell out of their way. They don't want her there, and she needs to be gone as soon as possible. Harper did the guys too, so she didn't want to stay there either. Like, fuck them. But one good thing about it was Silas being a dick to her got her out of her depression. Instead of feeling sad about what Jake did, she was now feeling pissed off because Silas is a dick. Since
that little tough love,
right? Since Jake left, the whole school turned against Harper. She was getting all kinds of mean texts and looks telling her that if she would have just been better, he would have stayed. And she's like, better at what? What the fuck?
Like, what the fuck am I supposed to be better at?
Yeah. And they all think that she knew what he was about to do. It's like, he was with another girl. Why would she? No, she didn't know that shit.
Like, you never know someone's going to cheat. You have suspicions, but you, like,
Yeah.
those people are good at going, oh, I would never cheat, I would never lie. And depending on the relationship, that is a form of manipulation and abuse, and that it's just,
Yeah.
it happens.
Shit does happen, yeah. One day, after apartment searching, Harper came home and heard the guys say her name. They were talking shit, saying that she was just lounging around expecting them to pick up Jake's slack. But Harper wasn't having it. She stormed in there pissed as hell. She went off on them, telling them they know nothing about her and how she actually grew up and why her brothers are in prison. Just a side note, they beat up her dad. Like, they almost killed her dad. That's why her brothers are
Was
in
the
prison.
dad a bad guy?
He was trying to sell her.
Good.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I would serve that prison sentence.
That's what the brothers did. They are serving it happily. The guys were stunned, and anytime they tried to say something like cut her off, like apologize, she would go off in them. She was like, no, and would go off. She tossed the rent at them, so like she paid the rent, and she said, unless you are kicking me out, she doesn't need to hear shit like another word from them.
Good.
Yeah, I like that. The guys thought her anger was hot. They still didn't like her, but they felt guilty for thinking she was hot when she went off, and also about the shit they found out about her. So they felt guilty for feeling, like, turned on by the fact that she was blowing up at them.
Well, I feel guilty. It
Right?
happens.
Right?
I wouldn't feel guilty about it.
Right? The guys played like shit at one of their scrimmages. The whole team was pissed about what Jake did, leaving them high and dry, and none of the plays were actually going right. Later that night, the guys were going over plays. Harper walked in on them and told them what they needed to do to fix their plays and just straight walked off. She was like, you need to do this, and then whatever.
Yeah.
And I love how she went about it, though, because, like, she showed that she knew what she was talking about, and then she told them, like, take my advice or leave it. I don't give a shit either way. She was like, here's what you need to do. Take it or leave it. Bye.
I love her.
Yeah. She's pretty cool. Alright. So, Why the fuck?
You don't lose your spot when we pause, but you lose your spot when we're in the middle of reading it.
Fucking ADD brain, I swear. Alright. So when she got to her room, one of her brother's friends, a guard at the prison, called to tell her that they won't be in contact for a while because prison is on lockdown. And that got Harper upset. Dylan was walking by and saw Harper, and Harper asked for a hug. Which I get how she was feeling, okay? I get why she wanted a hug. She was upset. But why the fuck you're asking a hug from a guy who you hate, who actually hates you? The only reason you would do that is if you're trying to nut punch a dude. What the fuck? I was like, what?
See, I would be like, are you trying to stab me? I'd be that guy.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all hate each other. He's been a dick to you, and you're like, can I get a hug? And it's like, unless you're trying to fucking hurt him.
It's like I hate to say it, it's like my mom. My mom growing up was not lovey-dovey.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got older, she wanted to be mom and be lovey-dovey, and because she knew she screwed up as a mom, and I'm like, the fuck are you trying to do? Don't touch me.
Yeah. Like, who are you? Don't touch me. Yeah, that's how I felt. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? The next day, Silas showed up, asking her to look at another play for them. The play she had told them to correct the day before had ended up working, and they just wanted her to look again. It was a test. Silas went in there to test Harper to see if she could figure out what was wrong with the play, and to see if she actually knew what she was talking about. Silas just wanted to know how she knew to read the plays like that. Like, once she figured out the play, he was like, how do you know how to read this? And he thought it came from Jake, but Harper said it came from her brother. So basically, he was like, Jake teach you all this? And she was like, what the fuck? No, he didn't know how to read plays. Silas actually apologized to Harper for how they treated her, telling her she was right to rip them a new one and that she should do it more often. They really liked her spicy side.
Neat.
Silas reveals a bit about his past and how they have some things in common. He ends up telling Harper that if she ever needs a ride to visit her brothers, he would take her. He asks how and why she ended up with Jake. Basically, she was saying, she just wanted to see what it was like on the other side because she grew up poor and Jake was rich. And then Silas kissed her. But it was short, and he immediately walked away after. Like, it was just a short little, I shouldn't
Little
have done
peck
that.
on the
Yeah,
kiss.
I shouldn't have done
Mwah.
that. Right? After a scrimmage game, the guys came home drunk. Silas came to find Harper asking her to bandage them up. The guys started acting a bit more touchy-feely at this point.
Okay.
So Silas wanted to carry her down the stairs. Carter grabbed her by the waist, and Dylan lifted her up to sit on the counter. So they're starting to flirt.
Yeah. We're towing the line right now.
Yep. Eventually, all three of them boxed her in, claiming they had injuries they needed her to look at. They had gotten into a fight, and as Harper started laying into them about being responsible not to get kicked off the team, Dylan grabbed her and kissed her, but then ran off to bed.
What is happening
Right?
with this book?
Right? Like, I'm just like, kiss you and run away.
This is a big old tease.
Harper ran off too and had to take care of herself, thinking about three guys.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'd be pissed. I would never touch them.
Right? Like, you going to leave me high and dry?
Sorry, I have new puppies.
A couple days later, Harper comes home. She thinks she's home alone, but hears some noise upstairs. She thought she heard her name, so she goes by Dylan's door, about to knock, when she hears her name being called again. She walked in on him jerking off, but when she saw Dylan and he saw her, she ran off. She was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Dylan found her downstairs, and when he apologized for what she saw, her response was to ask him exactly what he was thinking about while he was jerking. He told her he was thinking about owning her mouth while her pretty eyes stayed on him, even while she struggled to take them all. Whew. That
image.
That image and that sentence, I was like, damn.
Okay, then.
Dylan tried to leave after saying that, but Harper didn't let him. Dylan begged her to tell him to stop, but Harper refused. She just kept telling him yes instead.
I like it. Say no. Yes.
Right? He fucked her on the kitchen counter, and that scene was hot. Like, these aren't short scenes either. Like,
they're pretty detailed.
They're pretty detailed.
It was a long book, I think, from what I saw. Because I think I actually, when I looked at the cover, I was like, I think I downloaded it and just never read it.
It's actually a really good book. I'm not usually into, like...
rom-com-y.
Yeah. But sometimes I needed to cleanse my palate. So, like, it's a good book.
You've been into rom-com-y lately.
Here lately, yeah. I have been. But Dylan wasn't done with her. As soon as he finished, he threw her over his shoulder and carried her to his room to continue. So a couple days later, and I wasn't going to throw this in here, but it was too cute not to, Silas ran home after practice to check in on Harper. He walks in on her completely naked, painting her toes. He sees how shitty of a job she's doing, so he takes over and starts painting her toes. I thought it was so freaking cute.
Billy's done that for me.
Really?
Yeah, because I struggle with my left hand. Yeah. So he's just like, do you need me to do that? Because I zone in. I'm like...
all up in your face, trying to get it right. Yep.
But it's like, you can't hold the brush while it's in your face, and you're like, gosh darn it, what do I do? So he's like, can I paint those? Yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah, I just thought it was so cute. But it got hot once he was done. He
messed it up.
Right? And he does, because when he tells her to do, which I'm about to say, I was like, you just finished painting her toes. Why'd you have her do that? So Silas told Harper if he wanted her to suck his dick, he would just tell her to get on her knees and worship his cock. Harper replied that she'd never been religious, so Silas pushed her to her knees and told her it was time to go to church.
Ah!
And like, he just painted her toes.
Painting the toes would pull me out, man. I'm going to be honest.
Like, wait,
why do
you did blow on them to dry them? So
I don't care. Blowing, they gotta sit. I don't care how long you wait for.
They get fucked up.
They get fucked up. I don't care how long I wait. I have to put gel polish on my toes because at least that's kind of instant.
Yeah, I was saying, because I went get my toes done, and I waited 30 minutes in the shop. Then I didn't wear my shoes to the car and everything. By the time I got home, I put my socks back on, and like later on that night, they were fucked up.
Yep.
It was like an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, dude.
You gotta wait hours. That's why I don't do regular polishing anymore. I can't. I know it damages your nail, but I'm just like, I can't do it.
Yeah. But yeah, the mouth on these boys. Freaking love them.
So dirty talk is really good.
Yeah. I really like it. Carter caught Silas coming out of Harper's room the next morning, and he was pissed. Not really pissed, more of a jealous, like, because he heard them all night.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was like, why him? Kind of thing. Then he found out she had also been with Dylan. They were all standing in the hall hashing it out when Carter kissed Harper and told her that he wasn't opposed to sharing. So he was like, fuck it.
Okay. They said, fuck it.
Yep.
That's what every reverse harem does.
Right?
They're just
Fuck
like, oh, you know what? Fuck it.
Yep. Carter found Harper alone in the library later on, and she was struggling to wrap her head around what Carter had said about sharing hers. Like, she was off in thought. Like, didn't hear Carter come up or anything. Carter said he didn't mind because Dylan and Silas are his best friends, and he trusts them. And we all know where this is going, and I'm sorry, but it stopped. I stopped right there.
I know. You can only go so far.
Exactly. But the archives, they got it on.
They got it on. Okay.
So Goodreads gave it a 4.29, and I think that's pretty damn accurate. Like,
pretty damn accurate.
Yeah. Well,
your emotional has to be like a 1.
It's a 2, and the only reason is because of her brothers.
Yeah, that I would give. Yeah, that's probably a little.
Yeah, my emotional, like, there's some more shit with her brothers that I was just like, damn. Okay. Also, I think maybe there's another book because Carter.
There's 4 books in that series.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's the same guys.
I don't think so because Carter's twin sister gets her brothers out of jail, and I'm pretty sure she's with all 3 of them because of how they acted.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
like, yeah.
Oh, I need to read that.
Hold on, let me.
Now I need to go download it.
Where is? No, I don't want that book. I was reading a book. Yeah, there's 4 books in this series from what I saw. I think I downloaded the first one and just never got to reading it. But
I'll say wait, because my best friend.
Yours is the 3rd one.
Okay.
So they have my ex-boyfriend's friend's brothers, my ex-best friends. Okay, the 4th book's not out yet.
Okay, yeah, I don't think any of those are. Yeah, because these are all college sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they weren't in sports; they were in prison.
Yeah.
So overall, I gave it 5. Plot was like a 4.5. It was pretty good.
Wait, they got sports in prison.
That
could count.
I guess.
You've never seen The Longest Yard?
True. True. Yeah, but she was a hacker, so I don't know. But yeah, smut was 4. It was pretty good, and the smut to plot, I think it was a good amount.
Like even wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was even. So yeah, that was that.
What was overall?
Oh, overall 5.
Oh, we don't give a lot of 5s.
No,
that says a lot.
I really like this one.
We always are so apprehensive to give a 5.
I really am. Like a lot of times it's like 4.5.
Like 4.5. So yeah, that is today's episode. We're gonna continue our bully month. I had to do an extra one because I can't count my Sundays.
Yeah, those 5 Sundays sneak up on us every once in a while.
They really do because I didn't realize how many months actually have 5 Sundays.
Yeah.
Maybe? Oh, it's my puppy. Okay. I was like, what is happening out there? But that's today's episode. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Please make sure you follow us wherever you listen to your podcast. And also, please make sure to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. And I think I finally got my closing down because I do it in like seconds now. I used to stumble over it.
We got this.
We got this. Now it takes like seconds.
There we go.
So you beautiful book babes have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.